everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland with Tommy Marquez and Pat Sherwood, taking a look at the men's side of things for 16.3. And we knew we would see some impressive scores, and we did, but I don't think from the names that we expected to see them from.
Well, you know I rarely get confused. This workout confused the heck out of me as far as how many rounds top people would get. And then, honestly, who I thought we'd be talking about, I thought either Bridges, Heppner, or Olsen would win this workout, and that wasn't the case.
It was cool not only to see some new names pop up at the top of this workout, but where they came from. We had Australia, we had a top score come from the farthest reaches of Russia. I thought that was really cool just to see a little bit of an international flair.
Yeah, it really is a who the heck are these guys collection of athletes at the top of the leaderboard for 16.3. The best score, 150 reps, and it came from Devin Thote. Now, Devin did not have a video of his workout, but he did have validation from his affiliate. Frankenfeld and Ganin both did have videos. If you need more details on how that all shook out, make sure you check out the article that's on games.crossfit.com. You have to go all the way down to 6th to find an individual Games veteran, and there's 3 of them right there: Tremblay, Fraser, and Scott Panchik. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about there at the top of the leaderboard. Paul Tremblay is one of them. I know you've been talking about him for a while now, been impressed with what he's done. I know it's early, but he's looking like he could be a legit contender here.
I hope so. I want him to make it back to the Games. Tremblay went in 2014, just missed it last year at regionals. He took 7th place out there in the East, but he's demolishing the Open. He's in 12th worldwide, 6th place on 16.3. It's a big 205-pound Canadian. And I called him on the phone. I'm like, where do you get off taking 6th place in this workout? He's like, I am just as genuinely surprised as you. So he's looking good, man. He just needs to ride that momentum another couple weeks.
Well, the guy one spot ahead of him in this workout, Patrick Vellner, a guy out of Canada East, has been extremely impressive. And it seems like he's only getting better. He was 35th in the first workout, 12th in the second, and then 5th worldwide in 16.3. And he isn't new to competition. He was 5th at Canada East Regionals, just a few spots from making the Games in 2014. Last year, gets to compete at the Games on a team from CrossFit Plateau 2. It took 20th place overall, so it seems like he's finally started to come into his own as an individual. And, you know, he's shaking things up at the top of the worldwide leaderboard.
We talked about it yesterday with the women's show. We had sort of an unknown name at the top there. It's the same case with the men. Kyle Frankenfeld out of Australia, leading Noah Olsen by 1 point to sit atop the overall leaderboard after 3 weeks. And then it's pretty much a who's who of Games veterans behind him: Olsen, Bridges, Fraser. We just talked about Patrick Vellner. He's in 5th. And then after that, you have Gudmundsson, Panchik. Froning is in 9th, so even though he's not an individual competitor, he's still making his presence known. But we talked to Frankenfeld yesterday, and he said, you know, I'm just as surprised as anybody that I'm in first place.
More shock factor than anything. It's very overwhelming. It's not where I expect it to be at all, to be honest with you. So I'm not really sure what to feel. Just kind of accepting it and going with it.
We haven't spent a lot of time talking about Kyle Frankenfeld. He has now fulfilled what I call the 3-week rule when it comes to the Open. He has been there consistently. What do we know about this guy?
What an interesting character. An Australian. Pick your favorite, most BA CrossFit male athlete out there. Ready? You got him? This Kyle person is beating the pants off him, quite frankly. I got to speak with him via Skype, and just a well-rounded guy. He's been competing at regionals for years, had his best finish last year in 2015, where he took 7th in the Pacific. And he said he used to be just all engine, realized that didn't cut it anymore, and now he's strong too, so at 2016, we could see him in Carson.
He was extremely close to qualifying to the Games last year. He took a 36th place in the snatch event. Absent of that, he was hanging around the top 5 the entire weekend. And what I loved about watching him compete, in particular in 16.3, is you see him, he had one of the top scores in the world, but the entire time he was calm, collected, almost machine-like in his pacing. And towards the end, when he knew he was hitting the paces that he wanted, he was giving fist pumps, he was smiling. He had a great atmosphere at the gym. He's an affiliate owner, and it seems like he's got the right attitude and mindset to compete at this sport.
How about the guy who's just 1 point behind him, Noah Olsen? I mean, we forget how good this kid got. How fast, really, right?
Yeah, and I'm not too surprised at where he's at right now. He's a guy that anytime we talk about contenders, at least for the last 2 years, he's a name that's consistently come up as you got to watch Noah Olsen. This is his year. He's going to be on the podium. And last year I thought was a great opportunity for him to be on the podium, absent of a mistake in the sandbag event. So to see him kind of once again at the top with some of the big names in the sport doesn't surprise me as much. I just want to see him parlay that into a great performance at the Games.
There are aspects of Noah Olsen that just confuse the heck out of me. I mean, we see so many athletes in the fight to make it to the games, and he competed at regionals, fell short, but then usually like, okay, I just got there. You're somewhere in the 20s or 30s or whatnot, just 8th place all of a sudden. So it went from not making it to I'm in the top 10. Now, was that a fluke? We go back in 2015, top 10 again, 8th again. It's just like, it's all or nothing with Noah Olsen, which is incredible. Now he's second on the leaderboard. So he's legit, and I just kind of sit back and say, what can this kid do next? Because he impresses me.
Yeah, there were a lot of cool moments in 16.3 that did not involve games athletes. I know you guys have found a couple of those. Tommy, what was your favorite?
Mine was a video that I came across on Instagram from a gentleman by the name of Casey Ackery. He's a grad student at Eastern Illinois University in the area of exercise science. This video got posted. It was awesome. He basically did 16.3 with one arm. He hammers through the snatches, and then when he gets ready for the bar muscle-ups, he's got a sling that allows him to use his off arm, which looks like it's been amputated. It allows him to give just enough pressure to be able to do a one-arm muscle-up, pulls it out of the sling, and just grits his way up through each rep. Basically throws away any excuse from all the complainers about not being able to do a bar muscle-up.
Right.
If he can do it, anyone can.
I found another one that kind of takes all the excuses away. That's Garrett Holliv. He has Down syndrome. It's his 3rd year competing in the Open. He's an MMA fighter using CrossFit as his strength and conditioning program and just kicking butt left and right, showing the attitude that you're supposed to have, why we all sign up for the Open. And we've been following him for a while. We're going to put out a great story on him on the game site, so check that out.
Yeah, this is the best thing about the Open. I mean, these stories that we find week in and week out, the people with just great accomplishments. We love them. Keep them coming on social media. We'll try to find as many as we can. That's going to do it for us for today. Tommy will be back on Thursday. He'll be talking about the regional picture with the men and the women. That bubble watch is starting to take shape a little bit, so Tommy will update you on that. We will have the live Open announcement on 16.4 on Thursday. Catherine David's daughter and Sarah Sigmund's daughter. 3 down, 2 to go, and this week was really special because a lot of people got their first bar muscle-ups, and we leave you with a look at some of those. Get up, get up!